Ladies and gentlemen, for your viewing enjoyment this evening, it's Turmoil for the Atari 2600 from 20th Century Fox, published in 1982. Turmoil, a surprisingly, remarkably good game on the Atari. Really, this is a relatively obscure game, but a brilliant one, with excellent risk versus reward arcade-style gameplay, great controls, and some pretty cool sound effects. It's not the most exciting game visually, but a great example of graphics don't make the video game. As you're being attacked by arrows, space hot dogs, and what appear to be the springs from Donkey Kong. Now whenever you see that blinking circle thing appear, that's a prize. You want to pick that up as quickly as possible, or else it'll attack you. It gives you big points, and then when it disappears, a ghost ship returns in its place trying to kill you that you can't shoot. How high were these developers? Whoa, funky. So you zip up and down and try to shoot bad guys and collect prizes for big points. That's the entire game, but it's just beautiful. And much harder than it looks. It's actually kind of tough to stop right in the middle of all of the levels and try to get that prize in time, especially if you've been machine gunning enemies. And the more you play, the faster the game gets, and you'll just start crashing into things left and right. It's crazy. Seriously, you want this game. And I can't even joke about remaking it, because giving this game better graphics would just screw it up. Now, if you don't shoot the arrows in time, they turn into tanks, and the only way to destroy tanks is by shooting them in the back. I ran into something there, first of many. It happens a lot. Turmoil shares a lot in common with another fun, more popular game called Tapper. They're actually somewhat similar. But instead of sliding beers at drunkards, you're shooting space hot dogs. Either one sounds fun. Don't be scared, kids. It's an invisible maze. It's okay. Back in the day, all kinds of Atari games had these. It's actually funny because these days, you know, the designers try to show you all kinds of things like, look at the marvelous graphics. And back in the early 80s, they would take away everything. And you'd be like, cool, invisible tanks. This is way better than seeing the blocks. You had to use your imagination. I'm not sure you're allowed to do that anymore. The thought police will come and get you. This game was sent to the show by our good friend Rob C. from Coopersburg, Pennsylvania, the great state of Pennsylvania. Did you know, those of you living outside of the United States, that Pennsylvania has an elected governor who is a groundhog, and all decisions in the state are made by a quorum of 12 deer? It's absolutely true. Anyone who says otherwise is either lying or they're under the influence of the 12 telepathic deer running this place. That doesn't have a lot to do with this game, except it's an awesome story, and this is an awesome game for your Atari 2600. You need to have Turmoil. A life without Turmoil is dull, and an Atari 2600 collection without Turmoil is disappointing and equally dull. So thanks again to Rob. Turmoil may be fairly low-tech by today's standards, but don't let the blocks and space hot dogs fool you. It's really good and highly addictive. Turmoil.